Well, the 2020 season is about to come to an end for us, for a lot of teams, and of course for Tennessee. I'd say the regular season, of course, ending tomorrow, 24 hours from now. And we'll probably end up making a bowl game, according to what Jeremy Pruitt said. So, in that regard, I guess our season isn't over. Not yet, at least. Oh, whoops, I can't say your season's over. Apparently, that's trademarked. Just like the phrase hype and hate is trademarked. You can't use either of those things, apparently. It's trademarked by a specific person, and there's nothing that any of us can do about it. Oh well. I guess next year I guess I'll just have to change it to game recap. Oh wait, that's trademarked too. Yeah, Superfans trademarked. What isn't trademarked? Who knows? Just a copy, right? Enough about that though. Let's carry on with this game. So, Texas A&M versus Tennessee. Last regular season game for the Vols and second to last regular season game for A&M. A lot of these games have been postponed, and Texas A&M is the king of postponing their games, aren't they? They've been postponing games left and right. The Ole Miss game, what was that? The fourth game that they've postponed. Guess you can't help it. What can I say? I don't know. Shout out to the Aggies, though. Impressive season, to say the least. I will give you all that. In Aggie standards, this is about as good as you can ask for. 7-1 right now, sitting at number 5, looking to be in a possible playoff spot if everything lines up. And that's a big if, by the way. Unfortunately, we all know that you're liable to be like Notre Dame, unfortunately, where you're only in there as a placeholder for whoever makes the national championship. Sorry, that's just how it is. We all know that. When you played Alabama, they absolutely destroyed you. And the reality of the situation is they are a lot better than they were when y'all played them, and it doesn't look like you've improved much in that regard. So, if I were you, A&M, I would just say, you know what? Let's not make the playoffs. Let's strive for a New Year's Six Bowl, which a New Year's Six Bowl for Texas A&M is leaps ahead of where they usually are. I'd be happy if I were in a New Year's Six Bowl, so it's better off to go there and have a good chance of winning a New Year's Six Bowl, depending on who you play, than it is to go in the playoffs and get your absolute cheeks clapped. I'm not the only one not giving A&M a chance. Squidtard just hates A&M because that's what they're playing this year, and he just thinks they're overrated and can't win a playoff game. I've seen it for myself. I keep on making the analogy of Notre Dame, and in fairness, Notre Dame is not the same Notre Dame what they were previously. But let's talk about them for a minute. Notre Dame in 2019 and 18 was this powerhouse, according to some people. This powerhouse that should be in the ACC would probably beat Clemson and all this. Go back to 2018. What did they do? Well, they had a relatively schedule, and they beat some okay teams, barely beating terrible teams, which that's a trend I'm seeing with, or that's a trend I saw with Notre Dame, is that they usually get or win some of these games by 4 points or something like that. And then what happens when they play a good team? They get destroyed. Destroyed. In 2018, Notre Dame went into the playoffs and faced Clemson, and they died. They literally died. What was the score of that game? I can't remember, but golly, it was a massacre. Notre Dame didn't stand a chance. It looked like they didn't even belong in a New Year's Six Bowl. This is 2019 and 18 Notre Dame. Texas A&M is literally that team in a nutshell. This is the year. 2020 Texas A&M is 2019 and 18 Notre Dame. Look at their schedule. Look at who they've played. Now, they haven't played many bad teams. Now, of course, everybody's going to talk about the win over Florida. Whee! Guess what? Guess what Florida went along and done? They lost to LSU. LSU! Now, I don't mean the national champion LSU. I mean the defending national champion perennial failure, whatever, known as LSU. The team that went on to, what are they, 4-5 right now? That's the LSU Florida lost to. And that's just one example. I mean, look at what they did against Vandy. Won by 5 points against Vandy. 5 points against the worst Vanderbilt team in all of Vanderbilt history. And that's sad. You beat the worst Vanderbilt team in history by 5 points. With that alone, don't even look at the rest of the season. You already know. Oh, well, that's where this is going. Just stay out of the playoffs, A&M. It'll be a lot better for you going forward. I guarantee 95% of people with a brain are going to look at A&M and whoever they play in the playoffs and say, well, no chance in hell they're winning that. Sorry, A&M, you're just not very good. I don't know what else to tell you. In fact, the only reason you're ranked so high is because the schedule has favored you and has given you a chance and an opportunity to, of course, be number 5. Name me one good team other than Florida that Texas A&M has beaten. Name one. I mean, they skipped out on Georgia. And that's about it. Really, the SEC isn't that dominant this year. Other than A&M beating up a bunch of nobodies, that's really about it. And the teams that they did beat, the garbage teams even, still put up a good fight against Texas A&M. Which is why I don't understand why they're favored by 14. Tennessee is a 14-point underdog to Texas A&M. And this is at home, so I don't know what I don't know what Vegas is seeing, but we're obviously not looking at the same picture here. But I know it's gonna happen. If you looked at their records, Texas A&M is 7-1, and Tennessee is 3-7. Doo, doo, doo. Well, yeah, of course we're 3-7. When you have a literal penis at quarterback, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Don't take that the wrong way, by the way. Texas A&M fans know what they saw. They know what they saw in German Ammo. He wasn't good. They were really hoping that we'd just leave him in the rest of the season. The sad thing is for Texas A&M, or more of a favor in our regard, that we're honestly going to be doing Texas A&M a favor. Okay? Why get blown out in the playoffs when you can just play the New Year's Six Bowl? That's a good thing for Texas A&M. I would just say, don't even bother putting in your starters. Rest them, get them ready for the New Year's Six Bowl, and then get ready to get demolished by Tennessee. The Vols are going to destroy you. They're going to obliterate you. They finally found our stride on offense. Thought you were about to play no offense. Bad news. You're playing an offense. And unlike all these other teams you beat up on, guess what we have? A defense. We actually have a defense. Texas A&M. What's it got? Kellen Mond. Good Lord. This is funny to me specifically because a lot of people last year and going into this year made so many comparisons with German ammo and Kellen Mond. And to this day, a lot of them say that they're two sides of the same coin. That alone lets me know that, hey, we're not going to struggle to put pressure on Kellen Mond at all. The defensive line is going to come out to play. You put a little bit of pressure on Kellen Mond and instantly just... Oh boy, this is going to be a massacre. A massacre. You're going to walk into Neyland Stadium thinking that this is just going to be an easy win. You're going to overlook us. You already know you're going to overlook us. I come on here every single week. Every single week. Hyping up my team, saying all of this stuff about Tennessee's going to blow out and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. But that I'm 100% serious on. You're going to overlook Tennessee. You will. I can understand why. Because we're 3-7, and you're trying to prepare yourself for whatever happens in the future, whether that's the playoffs or anything like that. Which, to be honest, you're probably not making that either way. Because, let's be real here. Even if you win out, which you're not going to, but even if you do, look at the other teams that are probably going to pass you. Iowa State wins, they'll probably pass you. Iowa State's number 6, so if they win the Big 12 championship, they're going to pass you. Because they are the champion of your conference. You're not! They don't give out trophies for second place. Alright? Alright? Ask Georgia if they hand out trophies for second place. Ask them that. Do they have any trophies being second place? No. Of course not. They're still waiting for their first trophy since 1980. Texas A&M, man. Again, just strive for a New Year's Six bowl. You're not making the playoffs. And if the playoff committee isn't going to ensure that happens, we are. Alright? Tennessee is going to whoop you all the way back to wherever the heck you are in Texas. You know it's sad. You really know it's sad when you're the little brother of UT Junior. Yeah, over there in Texas. You got UT Junior, the Shorthorns of Texas, and the Texas A&M Aggies, and Texas A&M is the little brother of UT Junior. But are they back though? Are they? I don't know. Maybe. Jimbo Fisher though. Jimbo. Yeah, you had a good run, Texas A&M. I'm not going to doubt that. You guys have had a good run. Again, this is a season that a lot of people were not expecting for you to do this good. Except for me. I actually gave Texas A&M a lot of credit. Alright? Now, I would give a shout out right now to all of the Texas A&M fans that I know personally, and give them a shout out. But I don't know any. You see all these different communities out here. You see Florida fans, Bama fans, Georgia fans, some Kentucky fans, even a Vandy fan. But where are the Texas A&M fans? Am I looking in the wrong places? I don't know. But if this video right here isn't going to lure them into something, then I don't know what will. So I'll end this off by saying Texas A&M will go down in 2020 as the most overrated top 5 team in college football. Alright? That's just the case. And that'll be proven once you get blown out of Neyland Stadium by the Vols. So get ready. It's coming. We all know it's coming. So, yeah. I don't know what else to tell you other than enjoy that L, because, again, you want that. You want that. You want a chance in a New Year's Six Bowl instead of getting absolutely creamed in the freaking playoffs. We all know that's going to happen. And I can guarantee you this whole thing about, Alabama versus Texas A&M, Alabama already blew out Texas A&M. Well, there's this whole argument that says it's hard to beat a team twice. No, it's not. When you're Alabama, Texas A&M and Alabama could play 5 freaking times this year, and I guarantee you, Texas A&M would lose all 5. No doubt about it. No offense at all. Very little defense. That's been proven already. I mean, I don't know what to tell you other than it's time for you to get blown out by the Vols. And as for Tennessee, this is our final game of the regular season. We're going to finish out 4-6. Who knows what bowl game we'll make? But know this: next year is going to be completely different than this year. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to sit here and go, we're going to be back. But I guarantee you it's going to be a lot different than how it was this year. Just know that. And from any other fan base you're watching this. Now, Tennessee, it's time to get a W. So let's go out there tomorrow at noon. If I wake up, and I will make sure to wake up this time, do not worry. I'm not going to miss this one. I'm not going to miss it. I'm not going to sleep in like I did during the Kentucky game. No. I'm going to be wide awake for this game. You know I will. Because tomorrow at around noon, it's going to be football time in Tennessee. And the only thing Texas A&M is going into is a massive blowout by the Tennessee Vols. So I'll say it one more time for everybody. Go Vols and beat the crap out of the Texas A&M Aggies.